So you picked out your clothes.
Hmm.
You packed your bag.
Right, you passed the interview.
Exactly. You did all the hard work. But as you try to sleep the night before your new job, your brain is just panicking.
Oh, yeah. That is so common.
You keep thinking, what should I say tomorrow? Or, what if someone speaks to me and I just don't understand them?
Yeah.
Because you were starting an English-speaking job, well, those nervous feelings are even stronger. You might be lying there in bed worrying that your English just isn't good enough yet.
I mean, that is a completely normal feeling. Anyone stepping into a new office feels nervous.
Right.
And doing it in a new language, that takes a lot of courage. You want to make a great impression, and it feels like a huge mountain to climb.
It really does. And that's exactly why today's deep dive is here.
Yeah.
We're looking at a guide made specifically for your very first day at an English-speaking job.
It's a great guide. Very practical.
Yeah, we are going to give you the tools you need. And the most important message from our source material today, well, it might surprise you.
Oh, definitely.
You absolutely do not need perfect English on your first day.
It's so true. Please, do not worry about having perfect grammar on day one. Your coworkers aren't giving you a grammar test.
No, they really aren't. You only need a few simple phrases. And the beauty is you can use these simple phrases again and again.
Yeah, over and over.
I like to think about this like a survival kit.
A survival kit. I like
Yeah.
that.
If you go hiking in a wild forest, you don't carry a whole house on your back.
Right, it's too heavy.
Exactly. You just bring a few basic tools. A flashlight, a map, a water bottle.
Just the things you really need.
Right. These simple English phrases, they are your survival kit for the office. You just need these basic tools to get through the day safely.
And if we look at the bigger picture, we can understand why this is true. Think about the goal of your manager and your new coworkers.
Okay, what is their goal?
They want clear communication, and they want you to be friendly. They really do not care if you use the wrong verb tense.
Or make a small mistake.
Right, they just want to say hello, make you feel welcome, and, start working together.
That makes the whole thing feel much less scary. The goal is connection, not perfection.
I love that. Connection, not perfection.
So let's open up our survival kit and pull out our first tool. Every first day starts with the hardest part, which is stepping through the front door.
Oh yeah, that first step is always the hardest.
We need to know the very first words you should say.
Well, when you walk into the building, the first person you usually see is someone at the front desk.
Like a receptionist.
Exactly, receptionist. They see hundreds of people every day, so they like things clear and quick. Keep your words simple. You can just smile and say, hi, and then say your name.
Okay.
Today is my first day here.
So I just walk in and say, hi, I'm Anna. Today is my first day here.
Exactly. Or another really great option is, I just started working here.
Oh, I like that. I just started working here. Both of those are really short and polite.
Very polite.
Now, the person at the front desk will probably need to send you to the right place. They might ask you, what department are you in?
And you just need to tell them which part of the company you belong to.
You don't need a long story here, right?
No long story.
You can just say, I'm in the marketing department, or I work in sales. You are just giving them the information they need to point you in the right direction.
That's right. And once they point you in the right direction, you are going to start meeting your new coworkers.
The scary part.
Yeah, this is where you shake hands and say hello.
Now, the guide says you should use this phrase, hi, I'm Anna, nice to meet you.
Yes, very classic.
But honestly, I have a question about this. Is it really enough just to say, nice to meet you?
You think it's too short.
Yeah, it feels almost too basic. When I meet new people, I feel like I should say something longer to, I don't know, sound smart.
Well, it is basic, yes, but it's actually perfect. The secret to a great introduction isn't in saying a long, complicated sentence.
No.
No. The secret is in the listening.
Okay, I think you need to explain that. How is the secret in the listening?
When the other person says their name, you need to listen very carefully. Catch their name in your mind, and then use their name right back to them.
Oh, I see.
So if they say, hi, I'm David, you don't just say, nice to meet you, you say, nice to meet you, David.
Adding the name at the end, nice to meet you, David.
Exactly.
But why does that small change matter so much?
Because of how human beings think. People love hearing their own names. It's the best sound in the world to them.
That makes sense.
When you use someone's name immediately, their brain pays closer attention, the conversation feels warm and personal right away. You are building a connection, and you only use 5 simple words.
That's a really great tip. But I have to admit, when I am nervous, someone says their name and I forget it 1 second later.
Oh, me too.
My brain is so stressed about speaking English that I just stop listening.
That happens to everyone. A good trick is to say their name in your head one time before you say it out loud.
Oh.
So they say David. You think David. Then you say out loud, nice to meet you, David. It forces your brain to pause and listen.
I am definitely putting that trick in my survival kit. Okay, so you said hello, you used their name, you smiled.
Good job so far.
But the conversation doesn't stop there. Once you say hello, people will want to know why you were there. They're going to ask you a very common question.
Yes, they are.
They will ask, what do you do?
This is a question that really confuses a lot of English learners. What do you do?
Why is it confusing?
Sometimes when we learn English, we think this means, what activity are you doing right now?
Right, like what am I doing in this exact moment?
Exactly. But in a business setting, what do you do always means, what is your job title?
Right. So if you are standing in the kitchen holding a cup of tea and someone asks, what do? You don't say, I am drinking tea.
No, please don't say that.
You say, I'm a designer, or, I'm the new marketing assistant. You just share your job title.
And remember that a conversation is like playing a game of tennis.
Tennis.
Yeah. You hit the ball to them, and they hit the ball back to you. When you answer their question, you can easily hit the ball back by asking them the exact same thing.
How do you do that?
Just add the word here at the end. You can say, what do you do here?
What do you do here? Oh, that's a really polite way to show you are interested in them.
Yes, people love talking about their own jobs.
Now, let's say you have met a few people, you know their jobs, but there's a big problem.
What's the problem?
You don't know where anything is. Navigating a new office is like walking through a giant maze. All the halls look the same, and you just don't know where to go.
It really does feel like a maze.
Yeah.
You're going to need to find the bathroom, the kitchen, or maybe the meeting room.
The guide has a great phrase for this. When you are feeling lost, you don't need to panic. You just need to know how to ask for the map.
The map, right.
You can say, could you show me around?
Could you show me around is a wonderful phrase. It's an invitation for a coworker to give you a little tour.
It takes the pressure off you. You're just asking, could you show me where things are?
Yes. Or you can ask for very specific places. Where can I find the bathroom? Or where's the meeting room?
Simple and direct.
Exactly. And don't feel bad about asking these things. Your coworkers know it's your first day. They actually expect you to be a little lost.
So we have walked through the door. We said hello. We didn't get lost in the maze.
Doing great.
Now, you sit at your desk. You log into your computer, and soon you have to do actual work. This brings us to a really critical part of the guide.
Yes.
In fact, the source calls this the absolute most important thing to know on your first day.
Yes. This next part is vital. The most important skill you can have isn't knowing everything. It's knowing how to ask for help.
Asking for help. I feel like this is where the real stress begins.
Oh, for sure.
When things go wrong or we don't understand the work, what do we say?
Keep it direct. You could say, could you help me with this? Or, I'm not sure how to use this program. Could you show me?
Could you show me? That's a fantastic tool. But let's be honest here. Sometimes the problem isn't a computer program.
No.
Sometimes the problem is the English language itself. People speak very fast.
They really do. Native speakers speak fast because it's muscle memory for them. They aren't trying to be rude.
Right.
They just get excited or busy, and they forget to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens to you, don't panic. You can simply say, sorry, could you say that again?
Or could you say that again? Or if they say it again and it's still too fast, maybe, could you speak a little more slowly, please?
Yes, both are excellent. And sometimes they speak at a good speed, but they use a word you have never heard before.
Oh, that happens all the time.
When that happens, just stop them and ask, what does that mean?
Okay, I need to stop and push back on this a little bit.
Sure.
Because if I'm listening to this right now, I'm thinking, won't I look really silly if it's my very first day and I keep asking people to repeat themselves? Or I ask them to speak slowly. Won't my new boss think I'm bad at my job?
That's a common fear.
Won't I look annoying?
I am really glad you asked that because this raises a very important point about office culture. The answer is no, you won't look silly. What you should never do is just smile and pretend you understand.
Oh, I have absolutely done that.
We all have.
Someone speaks super fast, I don't understand a single word, and I just nod my head like a robot. I smile and say, yes, okay. But inside, my brain is screaming because I have no idea what they just asked me to do.
It feels safer in the moment, right?
Right.
But at work, pretending you understand is actually a very dangerous idea.
Why dangerous?
Think about it. If you pretend to understand a task and then you do the work wrong, you might make a big mistake that costs the company time or money.
Oh, that's true. The mistake is much worse than asking the question.
Exactly. When you ask questions, you are preventing mistakes. Coworkers much prefer that you take 10 extra seconds to ask for help rather than taking 3 hours to fix a job that was done wrong.
Wow.
Asking questions shows you care about the quality of your work.
That changes the way I see it completely. It's better to ask one small question now instead of making a huge mistake later.
Right. And the guide gives us a great safety net phrase to help with this. It's for checking your understanding.
Okay, what is the phrase?
When someone gives you an instruction, you can say, just to check, and then repeat what you think they said.
So if someone tells me about a report, I can say, just to check, should I send this to Sarah?
Yes, just to check. That phrase is powerful. It shows your boss that you are actively listening, that you are a careful worker, and that you want to do a good job.
I am definitely adding just to check to my survival kit.
It's a must-have.
Okay, so we're working hard, we are asking good questions, we aren't pretending to understand. But let's talk about the reality of working in a second language.
It's tiring.
It is exhausting. Your brain is working extra hard to listen, translate, think of a response, and translate it back. Eventually, you are going to need a break. Let's talk about the rest of the day.
Well, you will need to figure out the office schedule. Again, just ask simple questions. What time is lunch? Or what time do we finish?
What time is lunch is going to be my favorite question.
Mine too.
Now, when you finally take that break and go to the kitchen to eat, you are probably going to run into people. You will need to make some small talk.
Small talk can be a nightmare for learners because it feels unstructured.
Very unstructured.
But the guide reminds us of something comforting. Small talk doesn't need to be deep or long. You don't need to tell a funny story.
Oh, good.
You could just ask a short question like, how's your day going? Or even easier, talk about the room you are standing in. You can say, this office is really nice.
Keep it short, keep it friendly. Now, because it's your very first day, your coworkers are definitely going to ask you questions.
Yes.
They will ask, how's your first day going? How should our listener answer that?
It's best to keep your answer positive, but honest. A very useful phrase from the guide is, it's going well. There's a lot to learn, but I'm enjoying it.
There's a lot to learn, but I'm enjoying it. That sounds very professional.
Yes.
It shows you have a good attitude. But what if I'm not really enjoying it yet? What if I am just really, really nervous?
Then tell them that. It is completely normal and acceptable to say, I'm a little nervous. It's my first day.
Really? It's okay to admit that to your new coworkers. I always feel like I'm supposed to look confident and strong.
It's more than okay. It's actually helpful.
Helpful? How?
Think about how human beings work. When you admit you are nervous, you show that you are human. Your coworkers will immediately understand you better.
I guess that's true.
They will remember their own first day on the job and how scared they felt. Admitting you are nervous breaks the ice. It makes people want to protect you and help you more.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. People generally want to be kind, and sometimes they will actively offer you help. They might say to you, let me know if you need anything.
And when they say that, you can answer with a short, polite phrase, thanks, I will.
Okay, we've had our lunch. We have done our work. The clock is moving. It's finally the end of the day. You survived.
You do?
Yeah, you packed up your bag. How do we say goodbye on the first day?
You can use standard goodbyes like have a good evening or see you tomorrow. But most importantly, if a specific coworker helped you that day, maybe they showed you the kitchen or repeated a fast sentence, make sure to say, thanks for all your help today.
Thanks for all your help today. It's polite, and it leaves a really great final impression before you walk out the door.
A great impression.
Okay, we have looked at all the tools in our survival kit. We talked about arriving at the front desk, asking questions when you're confused, getting help, and saying goodbye. Now it's time to put it into practice.
Practice is the absolute best way to make these phrases stick in your memory.
In the source guide, there's a quick story about two coworkers, Sarah and David. Sarah uses all these tools.
She does.
She introduces herself properly. She finds out where the bathroom is. She doesn't pretend to understand the computer, so she asks David for help logging in.
And David tells her it's completely normal to be nervous.
Right. Sarah used the survival kit, and she survived. Now, we want you to practice. Yes, you, the person listening right now.
We are going to ask you some questions directly from the final practice section of the guide.
I am going to read a situation to you. Then I want you to say the English answer out loud. Don't just think it. Actually, speak it into the room if you can. I will pause and wait for a few seconds to give you time to speak. Then we will give you the correct answer. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Imagine today is your first day. You walk in the front door and walk up to the desk. How do you introduce yourself? I'll give you a second. Go ahead.
Say it out loud.
Did you say it? Okay, let's hear the best way to say it.
You can say, "Hi, I'm Anna. Today is my first day here."
Great. If you said that, you did perfectly. Let's try the next situation. You need to have a meeting, but you are lost in the office maze. How do you ask where the meeting room is? Take a second and say it out loud.
Try it now. How did they do? A great answer is, "Excuse me, where can I find the meeting room?" Or you could say, "Could you show me around?"
Perfect. Next one. A coworker is explaining something to you about the job, but they are speaking way too fast. What can you say if you don't understand them? Think about it. Say it out loud.
Don't be shy.
All right, what's the safety net phrase here?
You should say, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Or, "Could you speak a little more slowly, please?"
Good. Never pretend to understand. Always ask them to repeat. Okay, here's the next one. You are looking at a new computer program and you are totally confused. You don't know what to click. How do you ask for help? Go ahead, ask for help out loud.
Ask us for help.
Okay, what is the best tool for this?
You can ask, "Could you help me with this?"
Excellent. And here's the last one. The long day is finally over. You are putting on your coat. Your coworker helped you a lot today. What can you say to them before you leave? Take a guess. Say it now.
Almost done.
All right, let's bring it home.
You should say, "Thanks for all your help today. See you tomorrow."
Well done. If you practice those simple phrases, your first day is going to be a huge success. You don't need 1,000 words. You just need those few strong tools.
So true. Let's summarize the main message of everything we looked at today. Speak
Yeah.
simply. Use short phrases. Do not be afraid to ask for help, because avoiding mistakes is better than looking perfect.
Yes.
And most importantly, be kind to yourself. You are learning a new job and speaking a new language at the exact same time. That is a massive achievement.
It really is a huge achievement. So what does this all mean for your new job? I want to leave you with one final thought, something for you to think about when you walk into work tomorrow. The guide told us earlier not to pretend you understand. It said you should always ask questions. Well, think about this. Being a beginner is actually a superpower.
A superpower. That's an interesting word for it. How so?
Think about what happens when you ask simple, clear questions. When you look at a coworker and say, could you speak a little more slowly? Or just to check, should I send this to Sarah? You force everyone else in the office to communicate better too.
Oh, that's a really good point. Native speakers often use confusing words or speak too fast, which causes bad communication even among themselves.
Exactly. They don't explain things well to each other, but when you arrive and you ask them to be clear and slow down, you actually help the whole team. You make the communication better and safer for everyone.
Wow.
By being brave enough to ask for help, you aren't just helping yourself, you are making the whole office stronger.
That is a wonderful way to look at it. Your questions bring clarity to the whole room.
Exactly. You bring your survival kit for yourself, but you end up helping everyone else survive the day too. Well, that is all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for joining us and exploring this guide. Remember your simple phrases. Remember to breathe. You are going to do great on your first day. See you next time.